What's up? This is MC Losty and this is a 909 Kicks podcast.
Hi, I'm George.
Hi, I'm Richie. And today we have Sydney's first MC, Sydney's best MC, MC Losty.
MC Losty in the house.
Hey, bro.
What's up, brother?
Stretches.
How you going?
I don't believe the praise, but I'll take it anyway. Thanks.
No, it's true.
Well
I'm
deserved.
going good, man. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Good, man. Better now that you're here and we finally get a chance to sit down with you and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it all week.
Same, man. Same. Since me and Richie started this podcast, did a hit list, if you wish,
Yeah.
of who we should get, and you're up there on the top of that.
Oh,
Top 10,
awesome.
mate.
Awesome.
Maybe top 5.
For sure.
Definitely.
No,
After these
awesome.
top 3, maybe.
Yeah.
We're chatting with Richie. We're like, how do we know him and how did this come about? Like, we've known you for a very, very long time.
Yes.
I don't even know how many years, 20 plus years, I'd say. Close to 24, maybe.
It was, very late 90s. Yeah. Do you want to?
Well, we both went to the same party together. I don't even know if we were 18 at this stage.
Well, we went.
Yeah, it was someone's on the decks, a boat party.
Yeah. Was it number 8?
We were trying to figure out what number that was.
It was the one a few months after the first Back to Basics, if that helps.
It's all a bit
It's all
blurred.
a blur.
My brain.
Well,
Yeah.
I do vividly remember just sitting there, having a good time, and then walking up
Yeah.
to you, getting the coach to go up to you and go, man, you're doing a mad job. And you were like, the feedback you gave back to me was like, yeah, I'm just starting out. Thank you very much. I really
It probably
appreciate
was
that.
the first one then. That was my first ever rave gig.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
that was Someone's on the Decks number 8.
Yeah, wow.
So I was 17 as well. They just let me on the boat. I got there and yeah, they were like, "You're not 18," and I'm like, "No." And they're like, "When do you turn 18?" I'm like, "A couple of weeks." And
Was it an over 18s party?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up there, but
Well, I know that
someone got tickets and then we just
I know that
fumbled around.
Mrs. Sheridan was very happy to have people that really were enthusiastic about her
I don't
son's
remember
music
anyone.
at the time, so she may have turned a few blind eyes.
I don't remember anyone checking IDs. That's for
I
sure.
don't remember that. Yeah.
I mean, we've always maybe looked a little bit older.
so let me get this straight. I met you guys at my first ever rave gig.
Yes.
That's
That's what we're trying to
crazy.
figure out right now.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I
Like
think so.
I've got goosebumps already.
Yeah, yeah.
Of all the ones to meet me at, you met me at the pivotal night that fucking changed the trajectory of my whole life. That's
It looks that way.
nuts.
Ma-
I got
maybe.
good. Look at this. Oh my god.
I remember
nuts.
the taps, like when you put water in your water bottles, the water was all white. I don't know if
It was murky.
does that help?
But it's
I don't
probably
know.
same boat.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
boat.
You went there with a girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember befriending her sister that night.
Yeah,
And so I don't know if that helps as well.
yeah. I remember all that.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was number 8 or what number that was, but I remember her a few months later. I think it might have been Back to Basics. She grabbed me like your ex, and she's like, "You were with my sister the whole night on that boat party." And I'm like, "Was she here?" And she was like, "No, that's not it."
Wow, what a
So
trip.
it's a very, very long time ago.
Yeah,
But
that's 99.
99.
99.
there you go.
99, yeah.
For me personally, if you asked me back in the day, and still to this day, what do you need to put on a good rave? First of all, you need equipment, so decks, lights, lasers, speakers, good DJs, and MC Losty.
Ah,
It's the truth, bro. It's the fucking truth, bro. It doesn't feel complete without
thank
you.
you,
know
man.
what I mean?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Having
It means
grown
a
up with
real-
you, I
that
just
means
thought
like deep down means a lot.
it's a fucking honor to have you, bro. So having just going to that Back to Basics, and I just expected you to be at every party to complete it. You know what I mean? So
Thank you, man.
that's what it means. That's what you mean to me, bro.
Ah,
Yeah. Like I hold you up there with
I'm gonna cry.
in my heart, bro. I hold you up there with Spellbound, and Nick
Yeah,
Fish,
yeah,
and
wow.
all the kingpins,
Yeah, well, Nick Fish and Spellbound to me are like the original rock star.
Yeah, 100%.
Every time I do a Subbies reunion,
Yeah.
I introduce Nick Fish as the original rock star DJ.
Yep.
Like, because to me, he was like one of the first guys that I saw, and that was larger than life and
Yeah, already.
had an aura, So, and same with Spellbound.
Mm.
Yeah, crazy. To even be mentioned in that is big for me. Goosebumps
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him a lot. I can tell.
Well, it's true, man. Like I remember, like early on, you were carrying yourself like you're already like an international. You know what I mean? The way you came about, and
Yep.
we'll always be looking forward to seeing you and seeing what you do and all that. And like we just said, if it wasn't a complete party unless your name was on the flyer.
Oh, thank you, man.
So-
Thank you very much.
Credit to you for sure.
That's crazy to know that that's the experience you had. For me, it was like it was an uncharted territory, whirlwind. Kind of didn't know what I was doing. I was very young. I think some days I thought it was Tupac. Some days I thought it was Eminem. Some days I was, I was trying to find myself and trying to find my identity and, carve my way. And I was trying to learn as well because I didn't quite know what the Australian crowd exactly wanted from an MC.
There was nothing back then, was there?
Because there
Like,
wasn't anything.
there was nothing
there
to
was
look
no
up to or-
blueprint. There was
Yeah.
no guy
You were
before me
creating
to
that
show
blueprint.
me what to do. So I was learning on the job.
Mhm.
I was always very paranoid that I wasn't doing a good job too. So
No,
it's like,
Yeah.
I hope they like what I'm gonna, I would always overthink it, and yeah.
Yeah, there was MCs in the raves in England and America, obviously before that, but we couldn't just jump on YouTube.
Yeah,
And you can just
You
say,
couldn't
what do they
research.
do? Maybe I could do an Aussie version of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the first time I did Aussie, which is kind of you hear it at every rave now.
Did you invent that?
I didn't invent it,
Oh.
obviously, but I definitely was the
Brought
first
it
guy
to
to do
scene.
it at a rave,
Yeah.
and that was the Utopia homegrown,
Right.
right at Rawzone Arena.
Yeah.
And I don't know what came over me to even do it because it wasn't the usual chanting,
Yeah.
right? But because it was an all homegrown Aussie lineup, I
Makes
just was
sense.
like Aussie, and it fucking worked and stuck.
Yeah. And every
So
other.
you can blame me for that. But,
I think it was called Ace Arena back then.
yeah, AC, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
God, what a trip.
I know.
So take us back how it all started. How did you become an MC? Because obviously you had a few options, or at least you wanted to do a few things, I'm guessing, back then. And how did you fall into becoming a rave MC? And
So I wanted to be, I was telling you guys beforehand, I wanted to be an actor.
Mhm.
I trained for that, left school, had some auditions, didn't work out. Never trained to do music. Started a band in year 11. I was doing like new metal. So that's like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit stuff kind of before that shit really popped off.
Yep.
So preempting, like we're more into the Judgment 9 soundtrack, Body Count. Like that's what, we were getting inspired by Incubus.
yeah, man.
Faith No More. And I was terrified leaving school. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I wasn't very good at school and, like what am I going to do for a job? So I had this plan where I was going to start a band, get signed, and then do work experience at Sony Music, get signed and be a rock star. And that was it. So then the rave thing comes along. I start going to a few of these raves that are up on here and getting exposed to that world. And there's a point in my life where I drop out of TAFE. I'm sitting in Macca's in Seven Hills and looking for the 3D world in the classifieds,
The Bible.
the Bible. And my mum's, ringing me on my Nokia phone telling me I got to get a job. And so I'm looking for a job. And it said MC wanted, and I went and I answered that ad. And I went from Blacktown to Cronulla, caught like 3 buses, trains. I remember the trains were out that day and I had to catch like buses in between or something. It was a mission. So I got there and there was Sheridan's skate shop. I walked out the back, my mum was there. And I'm like, what is this for? Like a skate comp or something? And because they were very coy, they wouldn't even say what it was.
Yep.
And then, he goes, look, it's for a rave. My mum and dad put on raves. And I was like, the fuck? And I kind of knew who he was.
Yep.
I knew the name. But then he's like, rap to hardcore, did that, rap to house. I think he was just testing me. And then and I was like, have you got any hip hop? He goes, yeah, put that on as well because he could scratch. And
Yeah.
so anyway, I'm walking out the door and I said to Mrs. Sheridan, I was like, how many other guys have gone for this job? And she's like, you and one other guy. So then she rang me and she's like, oh, you got the job. And I said, what happened to the other guy? And she said he didn't show up.
All right.
So out of all the people that read 3D World,
Yeah.
no one showed up but me. So I just got it by default. Like it was like the universe had just
Yeah, it was meant
like
for
I
you.
was manifesting this parachute for after school to do something,
Yeah.
with music, and then all of a sudden the parachute came and got me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. But
What
that's
a-
how I got into it. So I started with where I met you.
Yep.
Then that night, Daydream and John Ferris, no, sorry, just Daydream and Crisis gave me their cards, business cards.
Yeah.
And I tried to meet up with Crisis a bunch of times, didn't happen. But Daydream took me under his wing.
Mm.
He took me to Evolution, Sublime Under 18s. He gave me a gig with him, Nick Skits in KCB, where I met KCB for the first time. And then he took me to Happy Valley. And then we did a set early. And then he said
the
to
infamous last Happy Valley.
me, nah, the one before.
Right. Okay.
So when it was still
Yeah.
bananas.
Windsor or Hawkesbury.
Cataract Dam
Cataract,
near Picton.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So he takes me there and he says, on the way, he's like, what are you going to do with this MCing stuff?
Mm.
I said, I don't know, man. You know, like probably just keep going in my band and whatever. And he's, you know, I'm not going to do this forever. And he's like, nah, bro, like this is an opportunity right here. You don't understand like what you've stumbled across. Like you need to G me up.
Mm.
So the gravity of it wasn't hitting me yet. And then he said to me, the train that gets you where you want to go in life, you know, when you're waiting at the station, he goes, if you know, sometimes you're going to think the train is a train that goes to, say, Windsor, but really the train that is your train is the one that's going to Penrith, you know, and you may think you're supposed to go to Windsor, but maybe the train to Penrith is the only one that you've really got a ticket for, or there's even a space for you on, so get it. So that's, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but that was kind of the metaphor he was trying to tell me, right?
Yeah.
So I jumped on, so I was like, okay. So I jumped on that train of thought. We got to the rave, we did the set. He said to me, now stay here and host the stage. And I go, but I'm not even booked to host the stage. He goes, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I did sets with all these people that night, Pee-wee, John Ferris. John Ferris took me under his wing after that. I went and did Plastic with him.
Plastic is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the first stage I hosted properly, you know, at Happy Valley. And
How many people?
thousands back then. I couldn't tell.
Oh, wow.
You know,
You already started going to the 1,000 realm kind of thing, wasn't it?
yeah, but then
No
after
more.
that, it dropped. See, like Daydream was kind of phasing out, so he dropped off, and I was kind of stuck. You know, I was working at Sanity in Plumpton, and I called him up, and I'm like, "What do I do now?" And he's like, "Hit up Boz. Boz is a really nice guy from Back to Basics. Ask him to give you a go. Tell him you've done stuff with me." So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hit up Boz, and Boz gave me a go, and put me on the Back to Basics at the Atrium, and that was the first time I got my name like properly on a flyer.
Was that part 2?
I wouldn't even know what part it
Yeah.
was. Maybe
Yeah,
part
that's what
2.
we might have gone to.
We went to part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So like all these things are bubbling, and kind of hit a slump for a while. I was doing under 18s. I was doing like anything. I was getting paid in like CDs and shirts and shit. And then, you know, I'd asked Sam and Oki, who done the Mystic parties, asked Sam from Powerhouse, you know, you should get Aaron to the MC. And nah, there's no MCs. We don't do that. And I did a Utopia with 911 and Lockjaw. And Sam didn't even want to let me in. He thought I was bullshitting to get in. I said, man, I'm the MC. He goes, there's no MCs, man. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He thought I was blagging a ticket. So anyway, so there was kind of this little slump. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but I saw Sam out the front of an under 18s I was doing that we had maybe 50 kids. And Sam goes up to me. He was giving out his own flyers promoting his rave. And he goes, oh, do you want to come and MC at Rawzone Arena next week at Utopia?
Yes.
And I was like, yes, I do.
Yes, please.
And then that's when it shot properly into the, you know, the
festival
thousands
kind
and the, you know, the regular. And then once I did Utopia, then I got called from every other promoter, and that's what started the proper, you know, consistency of it.
And since you had no one to kind of, I guess, mimic or look up to or figure out how they did it, how did you come up with the formula of going, hey, I've got to be an MC, I've got to, what does that even mean? And how did you develop your blueprint, essentially?
Trial and error, listening to people's feedback, listening to like suggestions from the DJs. DJ Elroy took me under his wing pretty early too, and he gave me a lot of good advice. he's like, it's do the, when I say DJ, you say Elroy, DJ, he's like, you should do that. You should do this one, do that one. And he would give me feedback. But I would literally go fall on my face, get ridiculed on the internet, well, the forums back then or whatever it was. And I would actually get mad about it. But after I got mad about it, I digested and kind of go, I should listen to these people. This is the ravers. This is what I used to be. Because I used to go to raves as a raver, but I was like all of a sudden thrust into this other position and trying to learn it. So I just kind of listened to what people were telling me, and I even would write on the forum, hey man, like come and have a chat with me at a rave and tell me what,
Tell me to my face.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah, tell me to my face, basically.
You're talking to the first keyboard warriors.
Yeah, I was, and I was like, if you got a problem, you come tell me that too.
Yeah.
But I was a bit hot-headed back then too, so I kind of, but what I really wanted to do was I didn't want to get it wrong, so I would listen to what people would say, and then they would come up and, a lot of people were really helpful. They just come up and go, man, don't scream into the mic. You're screaming the DJ's name. Just say it. Or they'd say, do more chants. Or they'd say, like, don't do non-stop talking the whole time. Different things, and I just pick apart those things. And then what I was trying to do is I was rapping with the music as best I could. Very fast BPMs, whatever, like it's a different style to do. But I was just trying to incorporate my own rapping into it and my own kind of lyricism or kind of MCing, because MCing is a very broad term, right? So like you can be an MC and you can be a host, which is a big part of it. But to be an MC in hip hop, that's a rapper. Like that's someone that adds lyrics or adds something to the songs when they're there. And you got to be careful too. I mean, I'm very careful these days with classic stages because I know people are definitely not there to see me. I have to be the icing on the cake. They're there to hear classic tunes. There's certain moments that you can't interrupt. Yeah. So, that's what I did as well.
Have you made that mistake before?
100 times.
Yeah. You can know your tracks as well, when the drop's going to hit.
I was talking about this with Firelite the other day. It was like when I was coming up, and especially, many of the MCs that kind of followed me was you'd rap on the drop because it was one of the only clear spots you had to rap on. But now that's like fucking forbidden. And which is time to change, But back, if you listen to old happy hardcore stuff, all the happy hardcore MCs, a lot of them are rapping on the drop because that's their moment to spit some bars, Yeah. But yeah, and the problem with all that is as well is you get overly cautious. There's been raves where I barely said fucking 2 words all night because I'm so worried about destroying certain tunes. Like I've maybe, we used to have a system at Utopia where I would just come on for an hour with Phoenix and fully MC. The rest of the night I would host unless a DJ asked me to.
Okay.
Now in hardstyle, it's the opposite. Every DJ wants you to MC unless they MC themselves, which makes it really taxing, as you can hear on my voice. This is what's taxed my voice to the point of where it's at. is like MCing for 5, 6, 7 hours at gigs for like 20 years. And not the whole of 20 years, but big chunks of the 20 years is what is what's expected to. Even I do a club set at WoW now at Ivy. It's 3 hours straight, like in a chunk. 3 hours on stage, 3 hours. That's physically and, vocally taxing as well.
Well, you're the longest performer out on stage, you know what I mean? DJ is an hour set, max, an hour and a half perhaps. And then there's you there like all night, nonstop.
And do you prepare rhymes or do you always freestyle or is it a mixture of both?
I'm mostly freestyle. Now that I've done a bunch of tracks with Firelite, I have some go-to stuff that if I hear it works, I'll put it in. The problem is with most people you play with these days is that they're a producer of what they're playing most of the time. So you don't also want to alter their music too much. But if it's like, I did Hackens Progression 101 last weekend, right?
Yep.
And in Hell System set, there was a couple of tracks where I heard him and I was like, fuck, I know there's nothing in this track, like old shit that is just banging. And I was like, okay, I can go nuts in this part. But other parts, I'm also listening to the vocals that are already there and trying to add to them.
Mm-hmm.
So like imagine like Linkin Park where they have Chester singing and Mike Shinoda rapping. I'm trying to be that Mike Shinoda.
Yeah. Trying to add another
accompanying,
element.
putting a bit of icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
All right, I want to ask you, how do raves compare from when you first started to today? Not just from an MC's perspective and from like a punter's perspective.
So from an MC's perspective, probably like what I said about the amount of time you're on stage. When we were doing Utopias or even any of most of the raves up here, any of those ones that I worked at, which is a lot of that predates me though. It was more the thing of hosting the whole night, but doing maybe a set or two. Now you're doing you're doing pretty much most of the sets. You're on the stage the whole time. So as an MC, it's way more taxing on your voice and your body. So you got to be physically up for it. Music wise, obviously, it's all hardstyle now. That's the main thing, unless you go to a specific, kind of throwback party, classics party. The experience, like thanks to like HSU and other, Shock in Brisbane, Projects Hardstyle or, Culture in Adelaide, Logan with Transition in Perth. Melbourne's always been crazy, but with thanks to all those type of level of promoters, there's a showmanship that's there that's never been there before with production, with spectacle, stage design, experience. So it's chalk and cheese. For what we grew up with, it was more of a mission, ringing the number on the night, a dirty venue that got some lights and a DJ put into it, maybe one laser, if you were lucky. And I guess the biggest change is, besides obviously music moves on in time, music's waves and it moves and there's trends and there's eras and all that kind of stuff. But the biggest probably difference is social media is like, when I was starting out, you maybe brought a digital camera with you or even maybe a film camera. I mean, I still had film cameras when I started. Maybe got 14 shots the whole night if you were lucky. So you really, really picked your moment to take a photo, and it meant a lot. It's my beer, my wannabe beer. So social media is obviously a different aspect where every kid's capturing every moment of every rave. They're live streamed around the world. DJs are not so much DJs anymore. They're producers that play their own music as well. So you're not getting, there's not many, there's a few still that are playing sets of stuff, but for the most part they're playing their stuff. So you have to achieve the level of being a great producer before you can even take the stage.
Yep.
So that would be the biggest differences.
So everything's getting world class. Everyone's leveling up.
We're the biggest game in town.
Yep.
Splendor on the Grass, amazing festival's gone. Stereosonic's gone. Big Day Out's gone. I never thought I'd ever say that. But raves are the biggest fucking thing there is. So it's funny because we were the dirty ravers. We were the ones that everyone put shit on. We were the ones that like the other genres of music looked down on and used to, think we were weird and outcasts, and now the outcasts are
the majority.
The majority.
We're finally the cool kids.
We always were, but
in their eyes.
I mean, it's the same with like I love comics, and I still buy and read comics, and
same.
I go to Liverpool and buy my comics every month, and that's how I learned to draw, was from comics, right? Comic book movies, and that shit is $1 billion industry now. Like, but I used to hide that from people. I wouldn't tell anyone that I read comics because you get teased.
Nerd.
Nerd. We're finally at the stage where we can make those movies, but we've known those stories forever.
Yeah,
sure.
It's like that wasn't the way it was written in the books.
Yeah, but they're the biggest differences I could think of.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, like, going off on that? Like, when you first started, all DJs are playing vinyl. Now it's all digital. The way I personally see it, I see like back then it was like the DJ had to concentrate with the vinyl, non-stop kind of thing. Whereas now the DJ can be more of a performer, essentially, which adds another element to it. What are your thoughts on that? the progression of that.
The first time I saw a DJ use CDs was Roger Sanchez. We did an event called Heineken Thirst at Ramsgate Racecourse. And I remember it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was looking at him like leprosy.
Yeah.
Right? But then he did his set.
That was frowned upon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Mm.
Nick Skitz as well. I remember he was one of the first, if I'm correct, don't kill me if I'm wrong, Nick. I think he was one of the first guys on CDs. I think a lot of the big guys kind of that toured quickly caught on to the fact that they could get around easily and have way more music to access and play to the crowd more if they had CDs, and then digital was inevitable after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a good thing. But I think there's a great art to vinyl mixing. There's nothing like vinyl. There's nothing like the way it sounds. There's nothing like
100%.
the
The skill
appreciation
sets.
for it. Scratching doesn't
Yeah.
come, but true beat matching and mixing doesn't come without it. So it's just time moving on, but it's still there. Like think about it, like it's CDs are kind of on their last little breath, but
Yeah.
vinyl is
Overtaken.
back and bigger than ever. Like I see Richie at Beat Disc all the time.
It's never died in my eyes.
I don't think it's ever died either. And I don't like turntablism is suffered a bit.
Yeah.
The art.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably less guys doing that. But as a whole, man, like I think you'll never replace it. But there's nothing wrong with having these extra things. Especially, I get it, if you're a touring DJ, taking headphones and some USBs in your laptop to update your music. And I've seen the power of that with the guys I work with, being able to change sets, do edits on the fly, on the plane. You can't discount that side of what that does either, So they're both good. It's just time moving on.
Do you collect vinyl?
I don't, because I was too poor to start collecting it.
Yep.
So I'm I have lots of CDs, lots of DVDs, lots of Blu-rays.
You still buy them?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Nah. I've got Tidal. I use that to stream because it gives the artists the best royalty rate.
Okay.
So
What's it called? Tidal?
Tidal, yeah.
Never heard it. Even heard of it.
Yeah. See, not many people do. So yeah, but I mean, my song list is just a billion songs that I've saved, and I've gone through all my old albums. I've still got I pulled out my CD wallets the other day just to check if I'd missed any songs to save. But that's what I used to listen to.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about all the different genres that you've personally covered yourself? So you've performed in?
I can try to remember. So the first music I ever did was new metal, which is like rap and rock.
Yep.
Hip hop, obviously, did that at the same time. That's where I kind of started with those two. Then it was raves. So it was happy hardcore, all the different variations of that music from the early eras of rave. Then when I turned 21, was when I kind of started first breaking away from raves. And no, actually it was 21. So I was doing a rave for Phoenix out at Campbelltown or somewhere like that. And I kind of that was still when they're all ages. And I felt like at the ripe old age of 21 that I was too old for it. So I was like, I've got to start doing club gigs.
Yeah.
Like something in me kind of snapped that night. And that's when I started doing breaks and house, funky house and, breaks music and all that. And then obviously now like hardstyle. But I went the other night and I did chilled lo-fi hip hop with this guy, DJ Rob Tech. He does all this kind of SBS chill type of music because I love all that. So yeah, they're the ones I could think of. But yeah.
And how do you transition from the different genres? Like, do you wear a different cap depending on what genre you're doing, or how do you go
it gets hard sometimes. Sometimes you forget where you are, and but you bring some of that other thing to that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like it's a feeling too. You've got to feel it, and the more you feel the music and just go from the heart with it, the easier it is, and you just become a part of it. Whereas if you try too hard and go, I'm doing hardcore today, or I'm doing a band today, and you try to put that on, that's when it comes out like
unnatural,
contrived and forced.
Yeah,
and I have forced music before, thinking that I had a job or that someone's paying you, or we've got to make this to impress this person. Like I've done all that dumb shit, and it's not. It's does this. It's a big
live and
circle.
learn.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
And how much do you feed off the crowd as well? Or do you just get on your own little realm and do your own thing, or do you feed off them? And
I do both. So because you try not to think about the fact that especially the
thousands of people.
HSU rave, there can be anywhere from 20 to 70,000 people looking at you. But then as well, you've got to. The only way you're going to give them a good performance is if you are tuned into just not overthinking what you're doing and who you're in front of. You got to it's got to be you and the DJ.
yeah,
The more I always look at the DJ. I look at the CDJs.
the timeline.
I look at the gaps.
Yeah,
I look at the the moments.
yeah,
I see what tracks come in next, because if I'm about to start talking and it's some classic fucking
yeah.
banger that everyone wants to sing
Yeah.
along to, it's the time to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I guess that's another plus of being digital. Like it's you can see the time code there.
Yeah,
You can see
it
the
is.
different
It
waves.
is totally.
For nerves, what do you do for nerves? Do you still get nervous or not really? Not at all.
Never got nervous. I never got nervous. I like doing it.
Yeah,
Like I get more nervous if like I'm not doing it for a long period of time.
Mm.
And there's been times when I wanted to break. Like I'm kind of on a semi-break at the moment because my son's got soccer every Saturday, and I don't want to be at the club every Friday night and go to his soccer game on 4 hours sleep.
Sure.
Like I want to go there and enjoy it,
yeah,
be a present father and give it my all, and I'm taking that time off, but that hasn't always been a choice in the past. There was no break. You just got to keep going and going and going, and
It becomes like a norm, right? That's
yeah.
Your
But
day in the office.
yeah, I never got nervous, man. I don't know what it is. I more get worried that I'm gonna mispronounce an international DJ's name.
Yeah,
Stupid shit like that.
yeah,
Because as the Australian accent butchers a lot of those weird names,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
always
true.
ask to be polite. I double check. If I'm not sure, I'm like, how do I pronounce your name respectfully for you? Because I've done it wrong before.
Any weird ones out
Seppi,
there?
I've been an Arnie or whatever, however, I still can't even say it. That was awful. Like I went on the Trance Energy tour
Yeah,
and I had to say his name, like I think it was like every night. And I really fucked it up every night, so
changed every night.
Yeah.
I imagine it's a massively different mind preparation and feeling, like going from like hardcore hip hop and then like funky house. Do you put yourself in a different mindset?
Yeah, 100%.
Because the rhymes would be completely different too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like funky house breaks is all built for MCs to rap over.
Right.
It's all got big breaks, big sections where it's just made for it. Rave music's kind of changing all the time. You got to make sure that it's not a DJ that's done their own edits and put their own bits and pieces into it. In hip hop's very bravado. There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of big personalities. Like I did battling for a few years. Done lots of freestyle nights, and I've done lots of big gigs with big artists as well. And yeah, like that's a whole nother different beast of being on the mic. Like it's a different world. It's because that's the focal point. Whereas raves, you're not the focal point.
Yes.
The DJ's a focal point. So, but when you're in a hip hop environment, every rapper is the focal point.
And everyone's hanging off your word type of thing.
And they're dissecting it and critiquing it, and and if you got them good, and if you don't, they're gonna, you're gonna be forgettable and or even ridiculed. So they don't call it battle for no reason.
True.
Speaking about some of those acts, can you tell us some of the biggest acts you've
Which genre?
hip hop and hardcore and everything in between? Like, just biggest names in general. We love all types of music.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. See, hip hop, biggest ones would be Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg. But metal, I've done shows with.
I imagine that you've met the people you've done shows with.
No, some of them I
Not
just met.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Done shows with
both then.
Yeah, done shows with Ice Cube, Yellow Wolf.
So you met Ice Cube? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Ice Cube. Ice Cube, Yellow Wolf, Onyx, Bone Thugs and Harmony, House of Pain, which was a big one for me. Tech Nine.
Just there is already so must be so surreal.
Yeah. Ice Cube and Everlast from House of Pain.
Yep.
They're the reason I started rapping. Like those two guys are my, you know, and Be Real from Cypress Hill,
Oh,
who I met, but I never got to do a show with.
Yep.
They're the inspiration for me, even starting to rap. So to me, Cube was like he's one of my idols, was phenomenal.
That would have been surreal.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm just thinking who else. Obi Trice. I did a lot of the guys that was signed to Eminem, but I never met Eminem, which I was like so close one time, but I never did.
Yeah.
Scribe, when he was in his fucking prime, I opened for him at the Greenwood. It was like 1,500 people on a Wednesday. But yeah, there's lots of them. For rave music or electronic music, I've done shows. I've emceed for, you know, I don't know, you can just put them all their names on a dartboard and start throwing darts.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much everyone you can think of. The most memorable one was we did the Prodigy at Acer Arena, and the sound cut out, and me and Pee Wee had to go on for an extra like 15 minutes while they fixed it. And that was one of the most intense moments of my life.
Is that before the Prodigy?
Before the Prodigy. No, the Prodigy played one song, then they cut out.
Oh, okay.
We had to jump on and save the day.
Ouch.
I think I was there.
Yeah, so yeah, probably them. And I got to meet them. I got all my shit signed, and they were heaps cool about it. Like, you saved the fucking day, mate. So that was cool.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Keith.
Oh man, this Stereosonic tours were pretty amazing. Kind of met everybody there: Diplo, DJ Snake, Skrillex, Tiesto, Armin. Like, that was one of the highlights of my career was doing those tours with them. You know, because that was just the pinnacle of bringing every DJ from around the world to here for that time. You know, so yeah.
That'd be mad, getting paid to meet all these artists and
man,
people that you
you're
like.
Super fucking impressive.
Yeah, that was the time. Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever be repeated again either. So, you know,
it's gonna be a hard one, that's for sure.
Maybe.
But just going off on that, you must have some crazy stories with artists and events in general. Can you tell us a couple of stories, perhaps, that you've run into? Shit you've seen backstage.
To be honest, there's nothing special I've seen.
Yeah,
like backstages, you guys know, it's pretty boring. Like it's not what everyone thinks. It's not like cocaine's and girls everywhere and you know, like groupies and all this. Like, it's just some sound guys and a, you know, lighting guy.
We were hoping it was like that when we went there.
Yeah. It's a bit of a letdown if you're expecting that, but probably those stereo tours, they were some of the craziest nights because we'd go out after to clubs with, like, so I remember one night we went out and it was like me, Diplo, DJ Snake, Peking Duck, Slumberjack, all these people were there, Tajami, and they were all playing and I was emceeing with them, and it was in this tiny club in Brisbane. That was crazy. The rappers, I forgot to say, like, some of the, I can't believe I forgot this. Some of the rappers I've opened for is like the Wu-Tang Clan. I've opened for the whole clan twice.
Oh, wow.
I've opened for Raekwon once, and I've opened for Method Man and Redman. So all those experiences, that's glad you asked because that's jogged that memory.
Yeah.
Those are probably the most craziest, surrealist moments because, like, we hung out with Method Man for like 45 minutes and just sat there and talked to him and asked him questions like a podcast. Yeah. So like those are probably the.
Did you get to smoke weed with him?
No, because I didn't.
Did you watch him smoke weed?
No comment.
No. It's called the Method Man.
Yeah, so those are probably the crazy. I mean, it's more crazy for me just seeing those guys
Just
in the
hanging out with
flesh.
them, man.
Even when you
insane.
see Tiesto or Diplo, like, well, I met Diplo and DJ Snake right before Lean On came out, right? So like they were big, but they weren't like when Lean On came out. That's Supernova, Major Lazer, and DJ Snake at the same time. So when they came back the next year, everything was so much bigger. So like, just those dudes just have a fucking aura. Tiesto has an aura. Armin has an aura. You know, like they're aliens among us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Special beans.
Definitely.
And you've played a Big Day Out as well?
Yeah. So the first time I did Big Day Out, I was working at Grace Brothers in the CD department in Penrith.
Grace Brothers. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Represent.
So I was working there, and I was just starting, and just starting to get some consistency. And I was telling the old ladies I worked with that I was a rapper. I was gonna be a rapper, and they would just laugh at me. And then I literally went back to my locker and I checked my phone, and it was Ben Summers from The Big Day Out. Left a voice message. Hey, this is Ben Summers from The Big Day Out. We want to book you with DJ Phoenix. Call me back and let me know you're available. I'm like, are you kidding? Like,
I'll be there now.
yeah. So that was the first time I did it, and then I did the year after that. They asked me to come back, and I asked if I could bring my band. So me and my new metal band played there, which was, like, I got to say, to this day, was probably one of the best gigs I've ever done, just because I was with all my mates from high school. It was one of our high school bands. For a high school band, that kind of age bracket of a band to get to anything like that was mad.
Yeah.
We packed it out. We played second, packed it out. And I MC'd with Elroy that day as well. And then the third year after that, I did the Big Day Out again. I did it as Losty solo, as hip hop. I put out an EP called Land of the Lost that year. And I did that. And then I didn't do it for a long time. And then, funnily enough, Pee Wee and John Ferris brought me back when they were running a stage, the Big Day Out, and I got to do it again, like 2 more times with them.
Is that the Ferris wheel or
I don't know what they called it, but
Yeah.
they were like
big?
pretty much the whole day on this one stage.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet any of the other big bands that were there?
Yeah, I got to meet Prodigy the first time, Silverchair, Jurassic 5, Fear Factory, Dizzy Rascal, Scribe, P Money, Lupe Fiasco, Black Eyed Peas when they were at their fucking peak as well. Like when Fergie had just joined the group, and they were just, let's get retarded and
Gone insane, yeah.
whatever the other songs they got. I forget what they are anyway, but you know the ones. But all that kind of shit was dropping. So like they were peak then. It's hard to remember everything, but yeah, there's some of them.
Do you get selfies with everybody?
I've got lots of photos, with lots of people. I tried to, but a lot of it was on crappier cameras then. Exhibit I met and didn't get a photo with him. Cypress Hill I met, and I don't know what the fuck was wrong with them that day. They were having a bad day, but I was so excited to meet them. My favorite group growing up, and then none of them wanted to get a photo. They didn't want to sign anything. I had all my CDs in a backpack. I thought it was going to be like a fucking
best day of your life.
In my mind, I was like, this is going to be like the best moment of my life. And but they just weren't in the mood. So, which is fair enough, You don't know what was going on.
They're human.
Before I walked in the room. I try to get selfies with everybody. I'd more like to get stuff signed though. Like I've got my whole studio is just like signed stuff of all the people that I've met or done work with.
Just picturing your house, it's like a Harry's Cafe de Wheels with you.
Just
different people.
So many. You can't even see the color on the walls.
Just my studio. Yeah, not my house, but just my wife. My wife won't let that slide on the rest of the house. The rest of the house is immaculate. My studio's like, it's a mess.
I can imagine you have a lot of merch as well, like collection boxes of merch that you've just collected over time.
Not heaps of merch, like lots of lanyards. Memorabilia. That I dumbly, stupidly haven't kept heaps of merch. Like I've got some of it. I've got some old Rave shirts and stuff at my mum's house. But I didn't keep a lot of it. I was dumb. Now I would try to. I'm like, if I do a HSU party, I'll ask. I'll say, give it to me. I'll wear it. Wear it out the door. Kind of thing.
Talking about HSU and that, does anything surprise you anymore? Like walking into a rave or partying, go, holy shit, this is what it's gotten to now. I know.
Yeah.
I went to a HSU this year. Was it this year we went to one? And I walked in and I hadn't been to a HSU. It was my first HSU ever. And I walked in and I'm like, holy shit, these parties are huge now. I knew how big they were on picture, but once you experience it, it's on like another level. It was like a town. There's multiple stages and whatnot. It's do you get surprised anymore walking into a party and
I do
see where things are going up?
Funnily enough, I was kind of done with raves for a while. I was over it. I was just exhausted. I'd done other styles of music and I don't know, man. I just felt, and look, this is probably a controversial take, but I think there's a systemic problem in the rave scene with the artists not knowing their worth and being a bit underappreciated. And I felt as an MC, with the amount of work that we do as MCs and, you know, the amount of effort I've put into my career that I wasn't getting appreciated. And luckily it was Pete from HSU that convinced me to come back to doing raves. So if it wasn't for him, I swear to you, and I can thank you, Pete, because I was very stubborn and I was very ignorant at that point in my life. And, you know, I was very like, nah, this shit's, you know, all this rave stuff, no one ever gives a fuck about us, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I'll give a fuck about you. I'll appreciate you. Come and do this.
Phenomenal.
Trust me, it's going to grow. And he was right. You know, so I got to thank him for that because he reinvigorated my love for doing it again. And then if it wasn't for him doing that, I wouldn't have met Firelite and I wouldn't have had this whole next, you know, chapter that happened, you know, that's going now.
Yeah, it's a legacy, that's for sure.
How long ago was that?
About 10 years ago now.
10 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I went and I was with Ministry of Sound, so Box Artists for 3 years, and I went and did all the EDM shit with them. And, you know, I went and did breaks for, you know, 8 years at Sublime and hosted the main stage and did breaks in that room. And I did hip hop and I was doing bands again. And I was still getting called back to do like powerhouse parties and, you know, some raves here and there. But, you know, and Sam always appreciated me and treated me really good. You know, he gave me my first big break. So like, I'd always go back and do his stuff. But all the little ones and all the kind of medium ones in between, I was like, look, it's time for other MCs to come in anyway and do that. The first interview I ever did on CPX, they said, what's your vision for MCs? And I said, one day there should be an MC on every stage. And, you know, that's happened. Yeah. So that's good because, you know, that's giving people careers, it's giving DJs recognition from the MCs, acknowledging them and bigging them up, and it gives the party vibe and life. So, but yeah, like I kind of felt like I'd done my job. It was time to leave. And I was kind of checked out for a bit. So yeah, but then I came back. And I came back and, you know, like I said, Pete was right. And everything grew exactly like he said it would. He was like, I remember what he said to me exactly. He said, I want you to be here for the growth. And I didn't know what he meant. And I was like, what growth? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
The same thing I was doing 10 years ago. I was so dumb. I was so ignorant, you know, like I couldn't, but he could see something I couldn't see, you know, so, and he was right. And, you know, I'm lucky that to this day, you know, he's putting me on his events, doing these things with guys like, you know, Darren Styles or Hixie, who I've been doing stuff with since the start. I get to still do it with them, plus a whole new generation, plus all these other internationals, you know. So the key to the story, the lesson is don't get in your own way. Don't think you've ever learned everything you haven't yet. We're always going to learn more.
We're always developing. We're always moving forward.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure. What about overseas? Have you been much overseas?
I've partied overseas. I've never performed overseas.
Never performed overseas?
No.
Is that something you love to do?
Of course, yeah.
Open to the books?
Look, I don't want to do it and hemorrhage money. I just can't at this time of my life. I can't go over to overseas for 6 months and then leave my family here and,
of course,
you know, not make it financially viable. I can't just go because I selfishly want to go and have fun and fulfill my dreams. It's not about me anymore at this point in my life. It's about my wife, it's about my kids, you know. So if the opportunity comes and I can go and do it, maybe a one-off or maybe a tour or maybe something that is financially viable, I would definitely do it. But yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, you never know though.
Yeah, you never know. Whatever.
Where have you partied overseas?
Miami, New York, Ibiza, Greece.
Have you gone to see big artists over there or just clubbing? Or?
Yeah, a lot of clubbing. Yeah. Not really big artists. We went to Miami Music Week and we didn't even go to, like this was 2008. We didn't even go to Ultra. We just went to all the clubs because all the big artists were in the clubs anyway. Like it was just a vibe. But yeah, not really to see artists, just more to go out and see culture. And Croatia, like my wife's Croatian, so we went out there. Just wherever we've been in the Maldives, we've been to Fiji, like we'll go and check out whatever kind of things going on in whatever country we're in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And how do they do it differently over there in terms of parties and stuff like that?
America was way ahead of the curve with tables, which is your norm now in Australia. Australia did not have any resemblance of that culture in clubbing back in that time, but they were all about it. So getting a table, this is before social media too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's been to Ibiza.
No, a bit.
Go now.
Go
now?
Just stop the
No,
podcast.
let's
go
go.
now.
Pause
go
the
now.
podcast.
Yeah,
I've been to
gotta-
Miami before.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty sick, but no, not Ibiza.
You got to go to Ibiza. Like, you've got to experience it. I thought I was too old.
Mhm.
Little did I know. And this was when I was maybe in my 30s, you know. So it's, yeah, there's nothing like that island.
Yeah,
You
I'll
gotta
go
do it.
home now and then tell my wife. Losty said so after.
It's like you guys all have to go now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll take the podcast there. It's part
Yeah,
of
do
it.
it. Do the podcast.
Why not, huh?
So you've been making music with Firelite. I've noticed you've made
Yeah,
a
yeah.
few tracks in the last
Yep.
year. How did that all come about? And
So
where's it going?
again, thanks to Pete. Pete got me back raving, and we did an event with Brennan Hart. So Brennan Hart was the headliner. It was called True Colors, and TNT played that night as well. Firelight opened it. Now, I never used to do the first set with anybody, but I was like, I'm just in a good mood tonight. I'm going to do it. So jumped up straight away with him, and he was the opener. Does his set, and I just heard something different in what he played, and I said, how much of that music you played was yours? He was like 90%. And I go, we got to do something. Like I got a feeling, and I haven't trusted my gut before in the past, and then I paid the price, so I trusted it.
Mm.
And I was like, man, we got to do something. And funnily enough, like I didn't even realize, like now, like Code Black, Direct, a couple of guys had told me, I sent you tracks back in the day, and you never did anything with them. And I did that for years.
Mhm.
So many people sent me songs, and I was so obsessed with doing hip hop or bands or something else that I just kind of went, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna do something that people don't like. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have the confidence to do the rave kind of music.
Yep.
So this was the opposite. I was telling him, we got to do something. So it took about probably, I could say a good couple of months. We went and did a song at his place, a song that's never come out. The label thought it was too weird because again, we were overthinking it.
Yep.
It was like a rave, hardstyle, what would you call it? Trap, hybrid, weird song. We did that, never happened. But I was kind of out of the groove with doing music as well. Like I was doing acting at the time. Literally rocked up to his house, like kind of like a nice kind of outfit because I just come from doing acting photos.
Yeah.
So like I didn't even look like Losty. I looked like,
Tuxedo.
this widow.
Come from
But
court.
so yeah, like I came back, did some more recording for some other tracks with him, and then eventually we did Keep On Fighting, which was just one night. Like people put shit on that video because like it's him going through a hard time, and he kind of does a storyline of it, and it was kind of covert, and we had to shoot it in a parking lot, and it doesn't look that crash hot. It looks a bit weird, like we're there rapping in a parking lot and singing and trying to do hardstyle with no one there.
Mhm.
But that was the genesis of our first kind of hardstyle track. And then we did Supernova after that. And then we did Find Myself, and Find Myself was the one I think the Supernova was really dope. I think it's really held up over time. Find Myself is, one of the really pinnacle bits where we kind of moved more into songwriting.
Mhm.
Then we did a whole EP last year, and like we play live together now. We do lots of gigs together. We write together. We co-write together. And I got to say, like he's just like what Pete gave me. He's given me that love back because I think as you get old, you get a bit jaded. You get a bit stuck in your ways, and you lose that youthful enthusiasm and youthful fearlessness. You become too careful as you get older, and he's definitely giving me that back. And I know he tells me, you've given me lots of game on lots of things, but he's given me, I reckon, more, and he's given me more of me returning to my roots, me learning from the mistakes that I made and how to correct them in a new timeline, and not pass on great tracks, do tracks, do them, how to do them right. And also, I've figured out with him, it's all about the feeling. Like there's been days we'll go to the studio and we'll bang heads against the wall and do something and record something, but we're like, that's not it. And we just don't put it out. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Some days are for practice,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's one of my best mates. He's like my little brother. and music mate and older brother all in one because he's very wise for his age.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic friendship that I get a lot out of, and musically he's unmatchable in my eyes. He does all the hip hop stuff for me too. Like he records it all. Does probably 80% of the beats under the name Goose. He's working with Cursor at the moment. He's done stuff with his. I think his song's about to go gold or something with Cursor, which is mad.
Sick.
Fantastic.
So yeah, man, super talented guy. Really into Star Wars. So he's we speak that language and talk about Jedis and the Force and the balance. But yeah, man, that's how it came together. And we've done tours together. We've done tracks together. All my biggest songs are with him, because he's just a talent. He's like there's talent and there's just alien, and he's an alien.
Yeah.
He's not. It's not this. Like it's like that Tiesto, Armin aura.
Right.
Like I see that in him. I see that potential. Yeah. So definitely hits different. And when I do my collabs with other people too, I do them with him, and he's really invaluable of giving me input of how to make my performance or my timing or where to put my vocals better. So I humble myself and try not to be a know-it-all and listen to him as well.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. This year you guys did a bit of a collab where you created the anthem for Rawzone.
Rawzone, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and how that came about.
I'd done a harder industries gig before, and he'd done them, and then we'd done one together, and then Liam just asked us, and we were just fuck yeah, and we only had maybe 1 or 2 weeks to turn it around.
Oh wow!
So it was
No
very
pressure or
quick.
nothing?
Yeah.
Nah, not at all. We shot everything in his old house he used to live in. And, we did use AI to do the film clip because, we just we like using it creatively. We made it like a Terminator future hellscape, man versus technology kind of scenario. But yeah, it was really good.
And how was it performing live in front of thousands of people?
It was surreal.
Yeah.
I've never done an anthem before in my life, so it was really just little bucket list thing,
Just a little bucket list thing.
Yeah.
But crazy doing it live and crazy doing it full stop. Just an honor to be asked.
Yeah, for sure.
They're good people and they really are passionate about their events, and if they entrust you to even do that, that means they think highly of you as it is.
Have you got more songs in the bank ready to be released?
With
Firelite?
No, with Firelite at the moment.
Yep.
So I've got a bunch of collabs I've done with other people from around the world at the moment. They'll come out in whatever order they come out. Firelite's going to go do some solos at the moment. He's had a dope track come out with Sunset Brothers. Excuse me. And then we'll circle back at the end of the year and then start probably another EP or whatever we feel comes out. But yeah, look, we've got a track, like I said, there's unreleased tracks sitting there, but they're not good enough to put out. Like we know the standard of what we want to put out. Unless it gives us that feeling when we're making it, we just don't put it out. So yeah, but to answer your question, there's nothing new yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it looks like you guys are working towards an album.
Yeah,
The amount of tracks you've released.
We've got you would have it nearly enough now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about in the other realms? Anything else coming out from Losty we can expect?
Yeah, I got a band called No Fate, which is me, John Reichardt, Big Red Cap, and DJ Ism from Bliss and SO. So that's new metal. So that's like a full Limp Bizkit-y, Linkin Park. So we put 2 songs out of that, and I've got a hip hop, another hip hop album I'm doing at the moment. I've been slowly dripping out the songs for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where does your inspiration come from when you do a hip hop album or something like that? Life experiences or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't rap every week or every day anymore. So it's more when it builds up, and I kind of get a beat I really like. I have a good bit of time to sit there and do it. And yeah, it's just whatever, man. But I'm learning from the experiences with Firelite. I've just got to be feeling it. And if I'm feeling it, if it's good, this song we're putting out on Friday, I think we've had it for like 3 or 4 years already, but it's, we still like it. So it's going to come out, and we've got a bunch like that, and if we can sit on it for a bit and it doesn't wear out super quickly, then, it's all right. And it's meant to be out in the universe.
Yeah, mate. And what's the name of that track?
That's called Walking in the Rain. So that's me, Goose, which is Firelite.
Yep.
And DJism, produced by Goose, Firelite. That's coming out on Friday. So, yeah. But I just, like, I do it to enjoy it. Hip hop isn't the thing that is the biggest for me. It isn't the thing that makes me money. If anything, it costs me money, I think, every time I do it, pretty much. Like, between the film clips and the time and, you know, recording or whatever, or, you know, beats. But I love doing it. I don't think I'll stop doing it anytime soon.
And is that because of Australia, the way it's kind of shaped? Is it like the connections? Is it like?
I think it's just me.
Just you? No.
Yeah, I think it's just me. I think. Look, when I decided to be a rave MC, well, I think that decided for me. Rave MCing decided I was going to do that. When the universe put that fork in the road and I took it, there's a certain way the hip hop guys looked at me from that point, and it didn't matter what I did and how good I freestyled and how many battles I won and how good a song was. They'll never look at me like they look at a pure hip hop guy. They just don't. They'll always have this kind of this different filter on of but he's a rave guy. Yeah. You know, so
how dare you take your influence from other genres?
I know. Or like same when we used to do all the bands, you know, like I was in bands for 10 years and you could be the maddest rapper at a gig with a bunch of other acts and they'd still be like, oh, he's just a dude from the band. So that's fine. But I'll take that all day long. I've had a great life, colourful experiences, you know.
It's still like that to this day, where you're saying half shunned upon? Or no?
Yeah, 100%. I feel it because those guys don't want to be able to accreditate you if you've done dance. I mean, it's getting more acceptable now. A lot of guys have broken the barriers now. It's way more accepted. There's like, you know, Curse has done heaps of ravey and dancey tracks. Hooligan Hefs does lots of dance stuff. But back when I was making the choice, it wasn't that way. So I think that's stuck with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard being a pioneer, and I think you've been a pioneer of many genres and many styles and many elements out there, man. So that's great to hear.
Yeah. I mean, look, and then thank you. It means a lot to hear that because you don't hear it all the time. And, you know, the guy that pioneers is normally the guy that's falling on his face, you know, has a very strained voice from doing it for a long time, has given up birthdays, Christmases, weddings with the families and cousins to do it, and just for someone else to take all the progress you've made and walk through the door way more easily. But that's why you do it. It's each one, teach one. You gotta, you know, when you pick up the mic and you use it in music, you know, my perspective is that you want to leave whatever world you were using it in better when you leave it than when you found it. So the fact that there is more rave MCs now is great. The fact that, you know, some hip hop guys I rapped with, you know, maybe gave him a chance and put him on gigs and helped their careers, that's great. That's what we're supposed to do. Whether you get credit or not, it's irrelevant. Credit and validations. Yeah. You know.
Have you had a lot of MCs come up to you and go, how do I do this? What do you recommend?
Yeah, lots.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any stories that you don't have to name names or anything, but...
Pez, who's killing it at the moment, Pez is the most streamed rave MC in Australia.
Oh, wow.
So he was asking me on Facebook, like, what mic to buy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not so long ago. And look at him now. Most
streamed. Him and Toza have collaborated.
Look at him.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, and if I was a dickhead and went, oh, mate, figure it out yourself, like, that's not each one, teach one. That's not opening a door for anything. You know,
That would have been like the Cypress Hill day for him.
Exactly, you know. And but I think I had to go through that Cypress Hill experience to know that, you know, if anyone talks to me, because look, guys have come and talked to me before, probably in the early days, and I was a bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe I was friendly or maybe I was standoffish. I can't even remember, you know. But you know, now I guess with hindsight and age and wisdom, you kind of go, no, look, you've got to keep these doors.
Yeah, and what goes around comes around, right? You know what I mean? You help someone out now, and you never know what comes around the corner. You get that phone call, and hey, next thing you know, you might be overseas, flying over, and
DEFCON on the main stage.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, but that's what I believe. I believe you've got to, you know, your art is something that you got to contribute to while you're here, and whether that's the actual music you make or whether that's advice or whether that's opening doors. Like I've opened doors for guys that didn't even know that I've done it for them. I've and I don't want any credit for it. I'm not going to say their names or anything, but I can tell you straight up, they would not be in certain places if I hadn't said to the promoters will always come and ask me about any MC and go, "What do you think of this guy? Is he the real deal or is he a dickhead? Does he get drunk? Does he get off his head?" All these different kinds of questions. I'll always, even if they are a bit of a dickhead, I'll try and to highlight the nicer parts. And same with hip hop. Like when I was having a really good run with hip hop, I did have some good runs. I'd always bring lots of other singers, rappers, producers with me that weren't as at that level yet to help them get on, to do their thing. I think it's what's missing a lot of the time. You've got to open the door. You have to.
No, for sure. It's amazing. And that's your legacy, right? That's what you carry on. And, for the nice guy.
If there's one thing that it is, I hope it's that. I hope it's, I hope some people remember that, I contributed something that helps some other people be creative. Like creative is creation. It's why we're all here. It's the universe. It's life. It's, we're all created by our mother and father. We're all creating music. We're all creating memories right now. So to contribute to it and to help people unlock that is a cool thing.
And influence the future as well, because you don't know where things are going to progress to.
You never know.
I think you'll be a part of that,
Like Tupac always says, he goes, I'm not going to be the guy that changes the world, but I'll be the guy that lights the spark and the guy that does. And I think that's all we can ever try to be is sparker. You try and be someone that helps the spark go.
That's beautifully said.
Yeah, bless you for that, bro.
All good, man.
All right, we'll hit you with some quick fire fun questions.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Oh, I'm a nerd as well.
Yes.
Like yourself.
Good.
Favorite Autobot and Decepticon?
Okay, Decepticon easily Soundwave.
Ooh, nice.
Like cassette player, just the
we've been
coolest
trying to get him
voice.
up on the mantle up there.
We're getting up there.
Yeah. So Autobots, I'm pretty boring. I like Optimus Prime. He's the original good guy, the best for I am Optimus Prime. He's just got the coolest voice. And
he's essentially what you were describing before. He's the guy that helps everyone.
Yeah. He's the selfless, he's a selfless leader.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great role model for a kid to have.
Sure.
That's the shit I was built on. That's probably why I want to do the things I do is because you see cool characters and people just go, "Oh, it's just a fucking toy and transforming truck." No, man.
That's a story
in the
behind it.
80s, that was fucking.
Yeah.
It's teaching
that was
us
life.
That was the first time I cried in a cartoon.
Oh,
in
dude,
the movie.
the movie. I remember. I still remember where I was. I was at my pa's house on school holidays because he would mind me. He met my nana would mind me, and he would go to the video shop and rent a movie, and I'd never seen that. So I got home, I got back, rented it. I remember he died, and I got up, and I went, "Pa, Optimus Prime died." And he was like, "Don't worry, he'll come back to life at the end of the movie." He didn't. And I was like, "Holy shit!" It was so heavy.
There was a massive outcry, whatever it is, and everybody wrote in saying, "How could you do this?" And that's why they had to bring him back.
Yeah, he
in the
came
next
back
season.
later as a ghost and all this other shit. Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah.
By the time they bring him back, the show was on its last legs. It's sad.
Keeping on the nerd vibe, favorite Marvel superhero and supervillain,
Marvel's superhero is probably
or team and
probably like this. There's a new comic line that was done not long ago called the Savage Avengers.
Right.
So the lineup was really dope. It was like Venom, Punisher, Conan, Wolverine. So that's
an anti-hero team.
Yeah, it was really cool. Wolverine and Punisher are probably my favorite heroes. My favorite villain, though, I don't see him as a villain, is Magneto. I love Magneto. I think
He's
just,
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're my Marvel ones.
Nice.
Favorite shoes to perform in?
Okay, so definitely not Jordans. No disrespect to Jordan, but these are so uncomfortable, and I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
I just have these. Now I've learned my lesson. I have these really thick, the running Nikes.
Okay.
They're the best
No.
because your feet don't get sore.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of walking, pacing, and climbing all over the shit when I'm there.
Yeah.
And they are by far superior. I wish I had got on tour years ago, just running like proper running shoes.
Proper running shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you standing on, was it Angus's decks?
Yeah.
Last HSU. So no Jordans for that.
I might have still been wearing Jordans.
Right.
Maybe still then.
Yeah.
I've only recently switched over. I've kind of seen the light and gone because
Comfort.
Jordans look great. I've got, but the problem is now, like I've got probably 30 pairs of Jordans, and I maybe wear.
It's not really a problem though, is it?
Oh, it depends who you ask. Ask my wife or ask me. But yeah, I'd wear maybe 3 or 4. I rotate them, and half of them I don't wear. But now I'm just like wearing the same pairs of, these Nike kind of running shoes with these really thick soles all the time because they're just way more comfortable.
And do you have a go-to feed after a set? After
No,
performing
not
all night?
anymore.
No?
I have a protein shake and I have a protein cookie and maybe a little chocolate.
Nice and healthy.
Very adult of you.
Yeah, I used to be like Macca's after every gig and I just started getting fat.
That kills you.
Yeah. What's the only thing open late at night?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it a couple of times lately. I've been very bad and, after WOW or something or after did a gig with Alex K a couple of weeks ago. I did Code Black with WOW. Both those gigs I had Macca's afterwards and I just regretted it.
Takes like a week to recover.
Well, like it's like warm in your stomach all night as you sleep. It's like you wake up and you're strangely full and yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure and an honour.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you
you
very much for coming on. Just for the people out there, where can we find you? Where can we find your new stuff? And
on YouTube, look, just search Firelite and Losty, or it'll come up on the Dirty Workz channel. I've got my own YouTube as well for hip hop stuff, and my Instagram is Losty_official. And yeah, just the gigs you can find me in.
nearly every weekend out and about.
Yeah. Wherever you find me, you find me. But yeah, I'm out there.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much.
No,
It's
thanks for
been
having
a
me. I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
It's humbling having you on after so many years of.
It's humbling to hear nice stuff. Trust me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your stories, and hopefully we'll have something in the bank for part 2 if you bless us with coming back.
For sure.
Man, I could have kept going tonight.
could
For
have kept
another
going.
hour. We barely scratched the surface, I reckon.
100%.
We're opening it up for a round 2 now.
Yeah, no, whenever you're ready, I'm down.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All good.
This is 99 Kicks.
Out.
Do you want to look at the board and throw me words? Yeah, like just just grab a word off.
Okay. Adrenaline.
Adrenaline? Start off with adrenaline? Me and Firelite got a song named Adrenaline. Now we got fucking 10 of them. That's how we keep bending them. Bend the words. You better watch out when I got the freestyle verbs. Colossus 2, the first rave I ever really went to. Back in the day, I was about 19. Yeah, maybe 18, stepping straight on the scene. Yo, check the statistics and the ballistics, how I rock this shit so realistic.
Nightbreed.
I went to Nightbreed. After the rave, we had a night feed. This, what I might need is not some more Maccas in my growing gut seed. It was growing like a tree, growing straight out of me. Woke up and still feel like I was 3:30. For the word's sake, I guess we got to throw in an earthquake. What rhymes with earthquake? I don't know. Bird break? What the fuck's a bird break? It's kind of like a bird brain, how I'm feeling right now, trying to maintain.
Nice.
That was a hard one.
It was a hard one.
I don't want to make him keep going like a fucking
No, forever.
like a monkey with the drums.
Something cool.
All right, I'm just going to go now. I'm warmed up. Come on, let's go. Helter Skelter with the Marker Melcher back in 97. We take it straight to the hardcore heaven. We Darth Vader like a DJ with a crossfader. You better watch out, yeah. No one can save you. Women are a raver, brah. Powerhouse Productions. That's right, man. It's the ultimate seduction. Triple trouble, triple treble. Better watch out. I'm the hardcore MC Rebel. Yeah, we're going back to basics. Everyone knows it. It's from the Matrix, just like Morpheus. It's a gift, I guess. When I'm ripping this mic, it's a night breed. Like I said, I like a night feed. Maybe not some KFC. Keep that shit to yourself. Area 51, where they found the aliens. I'm an MC and they always hoped I'd fail again. But I never did. I succeeded. used to get weeded. Don't tell my people at the preschool to feed my kids. Was Love Nation, real devastation, ballistic, keep it realistic with a fucking stormtrooper. That's right, man. I'll say what suits you. Still got it. Still got it, sir. That's right.
Thanks,
Try not to say anything too outrageous when I freestyle.